shopping. It was 33 degrees and rising outside the car, which means inside it could have been as high as 70 degrees according to experts. I couldn't believe this when I saw it on the telly last night. I want your thoughts on it. Did you see this?
Dr. Bean rescues the boy red faced from the searing heat, dripping with sweat. Screaming for the mother who abandoned him. Strangers desperately try to rehydrate him with water. A real estate agent, Peter Cassidy, seeing the young boy in distress, he grabbed a hammer from his own car and smashed the back window.
Well, you've got kids of your own friends. You've all got good friends of the same age as them.
I've been told to survive my mum and I think, not at all, no. I was frightened when I picked him up, looking up through the window.
How would you leave a child in a car like that?
Mum soon returned with her shopping. The police and ambulance crews soon turned up and took the youngster away, still screaming as loudly as he was when he was found trapped in the car. Especially younger children dehydrate very quickly, and the thing is that when they dehydrate very quickly, they go into a heat stress situation. Frankly, this story makes me sick. This little boy could have been dead tonight. All parents, please, do not lock your children in the car.
Wow. If people had not have acted, he could be dead days before Christmas. The two men who stepped in were Peter Cassidy from Cassidy Real Estate and Colin Grenier from Pet Barn. They have not spoken to each other since all this went down, and I should add too that it took some arm twisting from our point of view to get them to come on today. They don't see themselves as heroes. Let's start with Peter Cassidy from Cassidy Real Estate. Peter, good morning to you, sir.
Good day, Ben. How are you, mate?
Good. Listen, you were the guy we saw on the TV last night, visibly upset about what you saw, what you went through. Paint the picture of what...
I certainly am. My grandfather has died. Yeah, I really felt for that young bloke. I really did.
So we could see it on your face and hear it in your voice on the news last night. Did you have any other thoughts apart from just breaking in and getting this baby out?
Well, I just thought, the mother's got to turn up shortly, you know. It was probably 4 or 5 minutes when I first heard about it. I'm not sure of the girl that came down when I was talking to Steve Keegan, and we just kept thinking, well, the mother's got to surely turn up any second now, you know. And all of a sudden, you know, it was 4 or 5 minutes, and I saw his face, and he was just screaming. I just had to get the hammer and break the window. I couldn't do anything else. You know, my first thought was for the child. But I've got to say that the young bloke that jumped in the car, Colin, he was very calm, cool, collected. It was very good.
Okay, well, you're speaking of Colin Grenier, who works at Pet Barn. He's on the line as well. G'day, Colin.
G'day, how you doing?
Good, mate. Say g'day to Peter as well.
Hi, Pete, how you doing?
Oh, I'm well, thanks, mate. Yourself?
Good, thank you. Thank you for yesterday. You did really well, and it's good we did teamwork together.
I'm glad it was you that got through the window, because we could still be there if it was me trying to get through it, I think.
So pick up the story for us, Colin. Tell us from your point of view, how did you get involved?
Just managing Pet Barn. Customers ran up and down the complex asking or yelling in the shop if anyone owned the car, anyone seen the mother, that sort of thing. And again, a few minutes passed by the time I really got involved. So I went down 2 or 3 times to see what was happening. I've got a young child myself, the same sort of age, and a newborn baby, 2-month-old today. And just, emotions overwhelmed me. I just had to get involved. I don't know what plan bystanders or Peter had involved, but as soon as I was there, I had to get involved.
And so when did you two bump into each other? Both feel free to answer here. When did you bump into each other?
Well, I had the hammer, and I was going to go around the other side of the car and break the window opposite the young bloke, and Cole said, look, now break the one behind him. It's going to be easy to break and easy to get in. So,
I had to climb onto the wheel arch at the back because it was a 4 drive, climb up through the wheel arch into the window and back that way. The back seat had child box on them, so I had to pass the kid back through the back window. I couldn't get the doors open at that point in time.
Was it a hard window to break, Peter?
It took 3 goes. I mean, you just don't think they're going to be too hard, but it took about 2 or 3 goes. Each one was getting harder until it went.
And Colin, how's the little bloke reacting when the glass is going in through the window?
He seemed more shocked than anything. He seemed relieved after I picked him up. Definitely he was sort of cuddling into me. And then I passed him through to Peter and he sort of cuddled into him as well, but definitely screaming, but relieved that someone was there.
And how did you get in? I mean, because based on what I saw on the TV pictures last night, there's still a lot of broken glass. How did you squeeze in through the window?
I've got a slight cut on my finger. That's not a problem at all, but yeah, just climbed up on the wheel arch and just dragged myself through the window.
And was he buckled in, the young bloke?
He was strapped into the baby seat, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got my son, same sort of age, and when they're strapped into the car, in the back seat, without air conditioning, I'm just driving. It gets quite hot, and as soon as I picked it up out of the seat, put my arms around behind the baby seat, they were just soaking wet.
The baby was soaking wet?
Yeah, and the seat as well, all the materials and things, yeah.
And so how hot was it inside the car, Colin?
Well over 55 degrees. So about 3 hours later, I went out to my own car, put a thermometer in, I got from work, that goes up to 55, sat in there for a few minutes, and I sat in the car too just to feel myself. And that went up to 55 degrees and stopped there because that's the range of the thermometer. And that was after about 5 minutes, and it was about 3 or 4 hours later with overcast conditions too. So I would say well over 60, easy over 60.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we're talking to Peter Cassidy from Cassidy Real Estate and also Colin Grenier from Petbarn. These gentlemen were in McGrath's Hill yesterday when this 18-month-old baby was locked in the car by mum while she went inside to do the shopping. Peter smashed the window, Colin reached in and pulled the baby out. Let's pick up the story now, Peter, and then I will let you guys go. But Peter, when the baby was pulled out of the car, you took him inside. Explain what happened when mum turned up.
Well, I just kept looking at expecting her to walk in any second, and finally when the young bloke recognised her and somebody said that the mother was there, I just, I just couldn't believe that she left it that long, and I was pretty angry actually, angry for the young bloke, but in hindsight, you don't know what's going through people's minds, and you wish you could make common sense compulsory, but that's out of the question.
You gave her a bit of a talking to, didn't you?
Well, I did, mate, yeah. I'm not a swearer. Well, I swear amongst the blokes, I suppose, but I purposely didn't do that. But I just wanted to get the message that, she'd endangered a child's life. She could be having the worst Christmas of her life.
Mm. How old was the mother?
Look, I suppose around the 40 mark. I don't know. I could be being unkind for saying that, but that's about the age she looked. Yes, somebody with a bit of experience, and you would have thought common sense.
Now, you said, Peter, that Colin did a pretty good job as your wingman yesterday in getting in there. He was outstanding, was he?
He was, mate, yeah. He was very cool, calm and collected. But there was also a couple of other people, too. There was a lady that had the foresight to bring the water to me, which I dropped first up. And then there was another lady that bought a chair for me inside for us to sit on and that sort of thing. So it was sort of a combined effort, really.
Yeah, well, listen, good on you, both of you, Colin and also Peter. Thank you so much. And I suppose, just in closing from both of you, just any last words as far as a bit of a warning for people out there?
Never, just leaving children unattended in their car.
Mm.
Their lives are just so precious. And, how could you live with yourself?
Yeah, well said. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Okay, mate. Thank you. Thanks, Paul.
Good on you.
Thanks, mate.
There's Peter saying thanks, Cole, and Cole saying thanks, Peter. They are Peter Cassidy from Cassidy Real Estate. Not that they're after a plug here, but I'm just going to give it to them anyway, because people like this are the type of people who you should do business with if you're ever making that decision. And also Colin Grenier from Petbarn, and the bloke who also helped out from Harvey Norman, Steve Keegan. And as they just said, others were involved too, all pitching in. I know that the word hero can be thrown around a bit, and actually someone said to me last night, be careful about calling too many people heroes. But if they aren't heroes, then, I don't know who are. Let's go to the newsroom. Unbelievable stuff.